Hey, how y'all doing? Today's Saturday Sabbath, and you know what you know. You know how I'm coming, right? Okay, Saturday Sabbath, God been showing me a lot. Like, he been showing me a lot today. Like, I'm like, woo! It just be something going on in my visions all day. I just been, and I guess maybe that's why I'm tired. Cause Saturday I have the most strength. Like, I'm like Superwoman on Saturday. Like, I can get the nothing I can do during the week I could do on the Saturday. Like I can lift up a whole couch. Like I be dragging big couches out the house. Like I do it all by myself. Like no help, no nothing. And I just had this super strength on the Saturday, super Saturday Sabbath. So Saturday Sabbath, all the hard stuff, all the heavy stuff, all the stuff I can't do during the week, I wait till Saturday because this super strength is just gonna naturally come on me, and I like everything needs to be knocked out. But today, this Saturday Sabbath, I really just been just kind of tired. I've been like kind of just doing little bitty stuff. Like I was like, dog, God, for a Saturday, I haven't hardly cleaned up too much. Like I put a little bit here, I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it ain't been like overdrive. And I'm normally in overdrive on Saturdays, especially like with cleaning up and stuff. Like everything I like the whole week, nothing. Saturday Sabbath, I'm up early, like yeah. But this Saturday Sabbath, I've been kind of sluggish, been kind of moved kind of slow, kind of sluggish. I do a little bit, then I feel like I ain't got no energy. So, so with that being said, y'all, I did have a migraine earlier this week. So when I have a migraine, God just put me on bed rest. Like he just shut me all the way down. So he'll shut me down with a migraine. So this migraine, it just held me in the bed. So sometimes you might see me just posting little stuff here and there, but that's because I'm on bed rest. Like God put me on his bed rest. And he like, you ain't doing nothing. So I feel like I'm in a hospital somewhere. I feel like when I'm on bed rest, like I'm on bed rest for real. Like I just be in the bed like, okay, let me post this. Okay, let me send this post. Like that's how I be. I can't do nothing. Like God would not let me do nothing. He'll create this migraine come on me, and I know it's a spiritual migraine. This is not a normal migraine. It shut me down, it shut my whole body down, and I be on bed rest until God clear and remove my migraine, and then I'm active again. So I've been on bed rest all week, so I really ain't getting no work done. So today Saturday, so I'm like, ooh, okay. But I've been kind of sluggish, which is odd for a Saturday. Like I'm looking, I probably put like a couple of pair of my shoes up. I probably washed a couple of pots. Like it ain't normal. I like, did I do anything? But when I look at the house and I look at like everything going on, like, well, God, we moving, but we just moving in slow motion like that turtle. Let me stop. Okay, so I'm not gonna get into too much detail about the first dream I had, but the first dream I had, this person was just trying to push this idea. This person was trying to push this idea, and in the vision I was like, I can help get what you got going. Like what you trying to do? I can get it up and rolling for you now. Like what's the game plan? That's how it was. That's how it was in the dream with this person. But this person had this vision that they kind of wanted to bring to life. And really me, I was just like, okay, like, yeah, that's what I do. And God already said that in my other video. I told you, God said, when I told you the riddle, remember I told you about my daughter? God said, I gotta take your daughter. And the way he said it was just like, it's no other option. Like, I got to take her for you to get to this next. Like, you got to go through this. Like, that's how he was coming to me. So he took one of my daughters. I had 6 daughters. I got 5 daughters. When he took my daughter, he had 3 riddles. He spoke 3 things behind taking my daughter. And one of the riddles was, in order to experience death, you got to deal with death. And so I deal with death on so many elements. And the gift that God gave me dealing with death, he said other people do not have this gift. So other people can look, they can say, ooh, you doing, they call it necromancy or whatever they be calling it and all this other stuff. No, this is strictly from God, and God said everybody can't do this right here. What I'm doing, he said everybody can't do this right here. And just because you can't do this, you're not going to lock this in and take the glory from God and from what he give his people out here to do. Because like I said, us as Christians, We got all power. We can do everything. Everything you see these witches and warlocks do when they illegally tapping into the spiritual, God got people who got access to do all this. All of it. Nothing is off limits with God. Nothing at all. You supposed to speak to the storms. You know, you see the people that do witchcraft and they perverted the nature of God and the elements of God, and they use the elements to speak curses all around. But God, he gave us their authority. Like we got authority over the elements of the earth. So even when Jesus exercises this, like Jesus is the perfect example if you look at everything. People want to look and see what Jesus did and then try not speak on this, but speak on that. Okay, perfect example. When he had to speak against the storm, you know, they was traveling and the storm was, they just feel like they about to die in the storm. Like, I don't know if they being over dramatic or if that was really going on, but they feel like they were about to die in the storm, and Jesus was calm, and Jesus was like, speak against the storm. Like, what y'all doing? And everybody just like, huh? They had no clue. They had no clue about the authority. Another example is the fig tree. Jesus, he walking, he hungry, he tired. It's a fig tree that ain't even in season to produce no fruit. Like this tree ain't even supposed to be producing no fruit. But when Jesus walk up on this tree and it don't have what it needs to have, when it don't produce the fruit that Jesus want, because Jesus hungry at this point, and it don't produce the fruit that Jesus wanted to have so that Jesus can get what he want. He cursed that whole fig tree. He like, you was cursed. Yeah, my daughter tells me, but I'm trying to look at Charlie, look at her too. I'm like, okay, what the bird did the word, like, what's going on? Okay, so when Jesus was walking, he was tired. He walked up on this fig tree. It wasn't even in season for this fig tree to produce no fruit. And what Jesus did is he cursed that tree because it didn't have no fruit when he felt like he needed some fruit. So when he cursed his tree, all his disciples were walking around amazed. Like, what? Like, how he do that? Like, he spoke against the tree and told the tree ain't gonna never bear no fruit. And it wasn't even in season to bear no fruit. God, he's showing you got authority out here. You got authority over the elements. When you read Genesis and you speak on God gave Adam dominion, and he speak on Jesus going in hell, taking back our dominion. If you walking with Christ, you got the authority. Now, if you ain't walking with Christ, you ain't got that authority. But if you have been reborn and you operating in the authority of Christ now, you got all the authority that Satan took from you. You got that. So you do what you want with it. It's yours. Do what you want with it. Pray. Oh, God. Whatever you going to pray. And then you do what you want with it. I had planted some grass seeds. I planted these grass seeds. And I'm trying to put them in the ground in fall. Because I'm trying to wait so that it can kind of like, the seed can kind of get this like, the seed need to go through this like winter so it can like kind of uphold itself for the following spring. So I didn't put these seeds down in the ground. So when I put the first set of seeds down, like within 2 days, my whole yard full, the grass was just full. And my kid was just like, wow, mama, wow. My kid was like, wow, mama, how we got grass that fast? I was like, well, I did this, but I also prayed. So I ain't gonna tell you that me doing this one method is what got my grass to grow. I'm gonna let you know that I did put prayer with this. Like, I'm praying. Like, I got grass in the ground. I'm trying to get these grass seeds down now. And while I'm trying to put these grass seeds down, I'm praying over my grass. Like, y'all need to come on up now. Y'all need to work with me. The elements of the earth, y'all need to work with me. I need this grass to bloom. In 2-3 days, my yard was full of grass. My kids, they was like, my kids, they were looking at the yard like, mama, how we get grass so fast? But with all that being said, the elements supposed to work in your favor to help you. Like, God put these elements in the earth to bless you and help you. People use witchcraft and they use all this black magic, voodoo, whatever you want to call, and they perverted what the good that's supposed to be here to help us, and they perverted it and made it bad. But just because they made it bad don't mean that, ooh, I can't make this work for me and I can't do it. Like, you got the authority. They the one in trouble. Like, you went through Christ, through Christ, through your brother, through God, through the Holy Spirit. He giving you the authority to do any and everything you trying to do out here. Now, if you spooking scared, if they got you spooking scared to use the authority that God gave you, cause now all of a sudden you gonna be what? You legally doing all this. Like, what they doing, tapping to the illegal, they doing it illegally. Spiritually, it's illegal. But for you, it's legal. Like, you got the legal authority. God gonna back you. God gonna back you. And so, with that being said, because I just told my daughter a vision, so she like sending it through, and I'm like trying to stay focused on your son. Mr. Miyagi, Karate Kid, I need to focus Daniel's son. Okay, so y'all, God, he gave you this authority. Now, if you want to walk around and you want Satan to fool you, to make you think, ooh, Jesus spoke against a fig tree. If I plant something in the ground, if I plant me an apple tree or orange tree, you think I ain't finna speak for that tree to give me the fruit that I need? Like, what you think I'm be doing out here? Like, if I plant a tree in the ground, I'm finna speak life into this tree to give me the fruit that I need. I'm putting these grass seeds in the ground. I'm speaking life to this grass. Y'all need to. I'm tired of looking at my granny burr. Like, I need some seeds. I need some grass right now. In like 3 days, my whole yard full of grass. And my grass will burr like nothing. Okay. So what you think I'm gonna do? I'm using my advantage out here. And so, like, even with the gifting that God has given me, and a lot of people try to speak on what they think they know, but little do they know. It's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's been pulled out the Bible. A lot of people reference the book of Enoch. That's been pulled out the Bible. But a lot of people that's in the Bible, including Jesus himself, references Enoch. So, when you sit and you try to box God in and his authority and his power into the Bible, and God is infinite, he has no beginning, he has no end, but you're trying to box him in and what he can do and what he can't do. And when you do something that God allow you to do, but when you read the Bible, you ain't even reading the books that they pulled out, or all this other stuff that's in writing dealing with God that they still finding now. But you look in this Bible, you see this don't fit that, and ooh, you're doing necromancy. I don't even know if that's the right word. But I'm going to deal with death. When God took my child, and I'm still just trying to figure this out. But God said, in order to experience death, you're going to deal with death. And so I deal with death on so many elements. I deal with death on so many elements. Like, it's not even, like, I'm not even finna box it in and say, okay, this is what I do, that what I do. Like, it's just whatever. And I make sure I leave it open for whatever. So God can use me however he chooses he want to use me. Like, I'm not going to box myself in, even with that riddle. And so, I speak on death to a degree. I speak on the loved ones to a degree. When I speak, and I said that when I spoke publicly, and I was like, look, God is going to send people for your loved ones. What you going to realize with what I'm telling y'all, and what other people who have hell experiences is going to tell y'all, is the common denominator. And the common denominator is these people is going to send warnings. And their warnings is going to be, can you warn my loved one not to come to this place? I'm not going to say the same thing. So you can look at me and say, ooh, she doing whatever you want to call it. But don't put your mouth on the Holy Spirit in this process. Just know what you're talking about. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't blaspheme the Holy Spirit in this process. While you trying to figure out what I'm doing and what God, go to God, figure out how he uses me, and then see if he choose to tell you before you start speaking on what you think you know. Because you don't know God. You don't know him. Like, it's no way he infinite. I understand it's not his understanding. You can't even contain God. You only got little bits and pieces. You can't even contain all of God. So what is you even trying to do and saying out here? So, when I was speaking, and I was speaking on the loved ones, and at one point God was allowing the loved ones, like I had the interactions with these people, and all of them had the same story. Can't you warn my loved one? They know it's no redemption where they at. They know it's no way out for them. Like, they know this. And with them knowing this, they want to do the next best thing, which is save their loved ones. So most people who are sent by God, even Mary Baxter, who went to hell with Jesus, was coming back and giving testimonies of people who was in hell. And all of them was like, well, can't you warn my loved one not to come to this place, that this place is real? Can you do this? Like, you listen to all these people and they go to hell or have any kind of encounter with the dead, that God allowed to have an encounter with the dead. All I'm gonna tell you the same thing. It's gonna be a certain foundation. It's gonna be a common denominator. Everybody gonna have the same storyline of can you warn my loved one, like every last one of them. If they have an encounter with somebody that had died and they don't say that, then I don't know what's going on. But the people who God allowed, all I'm gonna say the same thing. Can you warn my loved one not to come to this place? Like, all I'm gonna say the same thing. So that's why in my other video I did an overview, and I was just basically saying, hey y'all, God is gonna get the word out. It's gonna come from people that's probably rejected. But that's their problem. Cause the word getting out. See, God is fair. So when God fair, he got to do everything a certain way. God is not gonna have no dirt on his hands in this process. So he gonna give you ample amount of warnings. He's gonna do everything that he got to do on his part, whether you receive the warning or not, because you're gonna have to go up against what was there. Like, you're gonna have to go up against the truth. Like, you going up against the truth. Your truth is gonna testify against you. So if you was warned not to do this and do that, your truth is gonna be standing right beside you, testifying against you. Yeah. And you might not be able to process. That's what I'm saying. Like, you deal with 4th dimensional, 5th dimensional, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dimensional. You might not be able to even process what I'm saying. But your truth is going to be testifying against you in this process. So God, he going to do everything by the books. So he going to get all the warnings out. Everything you need, he's going to do. Because it's going to be no way for you to sit up and blame somebody else for the reason why you ended up in hell. Like, you're not going to be able to blame nobody but yourself through your free will. At the end of the day, like, it's all going to come back on you. Everything gonna come back on you. Like, it's nobody you can point the finger to. You can't say, ooh, when I was 5 I was molested, ooh, this happened when I was 10. Like, none of those people is going to have any kind of effect on the fact that this is the choice that you chose. Because in each and every choice, you could choose to go good or bad, regardless of what is triggering you to do it at the end of the day, if that makes sense. Like, you can't blame your outside environment on the fact that you chose to do this. Adam and Eve. When Eve ate the fruit, she ate the fruit. She had to suffer the consequence behind it. Like, God didn't pull back on his word and say, well, yeah, because the snake did tempt you, then okay, you good. No, she had to suffer. Because the snake, the outside, did influence her and deceived her and tricked her to do this. And she, in this process of her being tricked and not even knowing, she went and ate this fruit, which ended up, at a certain point, Adam ended up eating the fruit. And then, boom, the ball was rolling. The ball was rolling at that point through the free will. So through free will, even if you got trauma that go on in your life, that don't give you an excuse. That's what I'm saying. Your trauma do not excuse you. You can play victim, but at the end of the day, everybody got trauma. Like, what you going through, other people is going through. You not the only one going through. Everybody got trauma going on in their life. Like, everybody got problems. Everybody got issues. Everybody's pushing through life. And some people, they choose to do good behind their trauma. They don't choose to let their trauma overtake them. But other people, they fall to the tricks of Satan, and they let their trauma take over them, to the point where darkness at a certain point takes over them. Like, they chose that, though. They chose it. And at the end of the day, that's what it's gonna be. Like, it ain't gonna be no, ooh, this happened to me when I was 5, so I end up doing this, and then when I was 10, it, like, ain't none of that. Like, you can factor out all the outside. It's just, what did you do? Okay, you ate the fruit. Okay, because you ate the fruit and I told you don't eat the fruit, this is your punishment. Like that, it's going to be cutthroat and stern with God. You ain't going to even be able to argue with him. The truth, and your truth is going to testify against you. So, yeah. So you can't hide behind trauma. Now, yeah, come out your trauma. Okay, you went through trauma. Okay, go on, hurry up. The sooner you can get up out of it and not play this victim mentality, because the victim mentality is going to keep you oppressed. The sooner you get out that mindset of being a victim, then the sooner you can push forward with your life and go forward and get to the next level. But everybody on this earth didn't experience some trauma. Everybody got their own personal trauma that they're going to have to deal with on earth. That's part of life. And we all got to wiggle our way through. And you're going to see some people, they go through trauma and it destroy them. Like they just cannot come out. And you're going to see certain other people that go through the same trauma. They didn't choose darkness. They chose God. And they chose God to be their refuge in their time of trouble. And these people you see is going to overcome the same types of trauma. So, I mean, that's all I got. That's all I can say on it. Stop using your trauma as a crutch, not to move forward with your life. Like you living all day, every day. You living all day, every day. I'm not really the type to just dwell too much on trauma. Like I don't even like for what? Like why am I giving trauma all this control and power in my life? Okay, I went through something happened to me. Okay, I'm going forward with myself, and I'm not finna give this enemy no more power in my life than it need to be. And part of it is letting go, forgiving and letting go of the trauma, forgiving and moving forward. Because one thing about me, and this is just something that I have to do daily, is I put myself in a position where I'm forgiving everybody, because I'm not finna go to hell for nobody. So with me forgiving everybody, because if God decided that he want to take me tomorrow, I don't want no dirt on my hands. So I go back through and I make sure that it's nothing there for me to be like, ooh, I hate this person. Like me hating a person is not worth it's not worth eternity in hell. I'm gonna tell you that now. And if you want to be big, bold, and bad, then do that. And then you're gonna be big, bold, and bad with the rest of them coming saying, can you warn my loved one not to come to this place? You're gonna be just like them. So you gonna have to get Leviathan off of you, the spirit of pride and ego up off your back. You is going to have to forgive people that have done you wrong, and you is going to have to give it to God at the end of the day, because ain't nobody suffered more than Christ. Ain't nobody went through more than Christ. Like, it's no comparison. I don't care what you went through. Nobody compared to what Christ went through in this process. So why everybody want to be like, ooh, me, ooh, look with me, and just woo the crowd. Look at Christ and what he had to go through. And if anybody gonna be sitting up talking about, so, ooh, look at me, ooh, we, man, it's gonna be Christ. It's gonna be Christ. He overcame all that so that you could be free. So because he went through everything, he went on the cross, he died, now you free. So if you free, why are you still in bondage? Why are you still living in your sin? Why are you still dealing with torment all day, every day, when he died on the cross to free you of it? So now the only thing holding you back is you. Now it's just you. You is holding you back in this process. Like you holding you back. So, okay, God, I'm sitting here. I'm speaking on people who try to play this victim mentality like ain't nobody going through. Do you want to hear my life story? Like, I got problems all day, every day. Like, do you want me to sit here and just break down and talk about everything I got going on in my life all day? Do you want me to help pity party? Because I can do that now. But I choose not to do that. So, guess what? What make you think I want to hear your problems and I ain't sitting here discussing my own problems in this process? Why are you giving Satan glory when you supposed to be giving God the glory? Like, what is you even doing right now in this process? Stop giving Satan power. Y'all give him too much power in y'all life. And then y'all wonder why he destroying you. Why he got so much control in your life? Because you getting it to him. Like, you giving him control. Just like Adam gave Satan dominion. You giving him control. Take your control back. Jesus died on the cross for you. For everything you going to go through, he already died for. So it's no reason why you should still be going through when he already then went through everything you was going to go through. The beginning is the end. Like, it already been a solution to your problems. It's all the solution already been birthed and already is released in the world. Dealing with whatever you got going on. So I'm speaking on that. I'm speaking because it's going to my vision that I had. I was speaking on people. You're going to see more. God is going to let people have hell encounters. So while you think that, ooh, you can't deal with the dead, God going to have people come back and give hell testimonies. Because he's tired of people walking around blind. And tired of people not realizing that it's really a hell. So he's going to hell. It's going to be more people coming forward saying, I went to hell. You're going to see way more people coming forward saying, this is what I see in hell. And it's going to be people that they're going to see in hell. Dead people that they're going to see in hell. But people really don't die. Because God created it. So if God created it, it's going to be eternally. Eternity. They live eternity. It's no way they can die. If God brought them into the world and God gave them life, it's no way that God's creation can die. Because God is alive. So that creation, even if it's in hell, it's just going to regenerate itself to be tormented again, and regenerate itself to be tormented again, and regenerate itself to be tormented again, but it will never die. That's what soul is. It'll never die. It'll just be regenerated, be tormented. You're going to feel everything, and then you're going to be regenerated. You're going to be tormented. You're going to feel everything, and you're going to wish you were dead, but you cannot die because God is living. And when he created you through your soul do not just die just because you in hell. No, you live eternally because you in the spirit now. You ain't got nobody. So you're going to feel everything. And so you're going to see more people going to come forward, and they're going to speak on hell. They're going to speak on, ooh, this person was in hell. I saw this person in hell. And all I'm going to have the same exact message that I've been speaking, which is, can you warn my loved one not to come to this place? All I'm going to say the same thing. Like, at the end of the day, regardless of what their personal story is, the generalization of everybody, if you listen to everybody's detailed story, all of them is going to say the same thing about, can you warn my loved one not to come to this place? All I'm going to say the same thing. FYI. Okay, so my dream, the first part of my dream was basically this person just had this vision, and in the dream I was like, yeah, I can help bring it to life, because God said when he gave me this riddle of, you know, in order to experience death, you got to deal with death on, and I deal with death on so many elements, and part of me dealing with death on so many elements is me bringing the dead to life. And when I was younger, people around me would have these dreams and these visions of me bringing dead things to life. They'll be like, "Man, this was dead, but when you come around, it'll be brought back to life." Like, they was like in shock, and they was amazed by these visions. But they would be like, the stuff would be dead. Like, it'd be a dead animal, it'd be a dead, like, stuff, like, it'd be literally like dead. And they was like, and this person named 3 things that were dead. And he said, when I got involved with the dead items, all these dead items came back to life. And he said he ain't never seen nothing like it. And I was a kid when he gave me this dream. We both was kids, and he had a vision about me and my gift. And he said, I could bring the dead to life. So when I say I can bring the dead to life, it includes your dead visions and your dead, like, something that you're trying to birth into the world. So this person was trying to birth this vision that they had, like entrepreneurship, like trying to birth something into the world. And spiritually, you know, it was just dead. And I was like, yeah, I can bring that. Like, I could bring that to life. Like, what you trying to do? Like, that's how it was when they were telling me this. But they basically had this idea that they wanted to birth into this world. And so they was like, yeah, I got an idea. This is what I want to do. And I was like, yeah, I can help you with that. Like, that's how it was in the dream. So when I say bring the dead to life and birthing the dead, and when God gave me the riddle of, in order to experience death, you got to deal with death. I deal with death on just more than just, okay, can you warn my loved one not to come to this place? Like, I deal with death on more than that type level. I deal with death dealing with the dead, dealing with your dead, like, promises, and your dead, like, something that may be dead within you. And I'm talking about, like, the birthing of something that's supposed to be like a gift or something that God got for you that is suppressed and it's dead within you, and you trying to birth it and bring it into the world, which is like entrepreneurship, like starting a business, like anything really. So I deal with that too. I ain't really went out and pushed this part of me yet. I ain't went out and pushed this part of me yet. You know, where I help other people. That's coming. That's coming where I will offer, you know, support and help to other people who's just trying to get their idea off the ground, so to speak. Like that's something in the future though. There ain't nothing I'm dealing with now because I already got my hands full with what I got. Like my hand full right now. Like I ain't trying to jump in their head first like that. But it's a gift from God, and God gonna touch it. So if I'm bagging it, God bagging me, then what you trying to do? Cause the favor on me, it's gonna open doors. Automatic. That's how it works. Okay. So that what was going on with that. I ain't gonna get into too much about this vision, this like this idea that this person had. They really just trying to just bring it to the world. It's like they just trying to like birth it into the world, and it's like up here, and I'm like, yeah, I can help you, because it's a lot to get it from your mind. Like I see this happening, I can see myself doing this to actually like making it happen and making it like a reality in this world, in this realm. Like for some people that's the hardest thing ever. I might be the middleman to make that happen though. I might be the middleman to bring this into this to manifest so you can see this. Yeah. Okay. So you can get to the money. Like, huh? Okay. So that's what was going on with that. So earlier I hear saying something dealing with that. Okay, then I just laid down just now. So when I laid down just now, I had a dream, and I'm riding with my kids in the car. And it kind of reminded me of the movie IRobot, when them robots start malfunctioning. Like, that's what it remind me of. So I'm in my car driving. So I'm in my car driving, I got the GPS up. So I got the GPS up, I'm driving. And wherever I'm at, I don't know where I'm at. So the GPS is steering me wherever I'm going. So I'm strictly like, got my faith in GPS. Like I have no clue about how to get to where I'm going in this vision, but I got my kids in the back seat and I'm driving. So at this point I'm trying to get to my destination, and then the GPS all of a sudden said, I'm not gonna tell you how to get there. I'm not gonna give you directions on where you need to go to get there. The GPS said, because it's gonna take you about a week to get there. So I'm not gonna even tell you how to even get there. So in the dream, me and the GPS is arguing with each other. I'm like, what you mean you ain't gonna tell me how to get to where I need to go? I need to know if I need to turn. Like, I don't even know where I'm at right now. Like, what you talking about? And the GPS was like, no, I'm not gonna tell you how to get there. I'm not going to tell you how to get to where you need to go right now. I'm not going to tell you if you need to turn right or turn left or keep straight. Because it's going to take you about a week to make it anyway. So I don't feel like it even matter for me to even tell you how. Like that, I was talking. So I'm going back and forth with the GPS, my kids in the car. And all of a sudden it seemed like we was about to wreck and ram into a building. So while me and my kid, we all just drive. You know how you don't really know where you going, so you just like trying to turn and do this and do that. But with you being in a place that you don't know, you're not familiar with the roads, it's real easy for you to like not know when turns is and stuff like that. So I don't know what was going on in this vision. I just know I was arguing with the GPS. The GPS was telling me that it's not gonna give me the directions. Like I'm trying to get the directions to get to where I'm trying to go, and the GPS is telling me no. No, I'm not telling you how to get to where you're trying to go. And so, and it's going to even give me a reason why. Because it's going to take you a week to get there. I'm like, how's it going to take me a week to get there? And I'm like, what you talking about? So there, at that point, it seemed like my car was just speeding. And it seemed like we finna ram dead into a building at this point. So while we look like we about to ram dead into a building, my car just started to spin. And so we barely missed the building. Like, it wasn't no damage to my vehicle in this process because we barely missed the building. So I don't know if it's going to be more accidents with these cars malfunctioning. And it's going to look like you just like a lunatic out here ramming into stuff. Or some like it's going to be like freak accidents. Like a freak accident, but really it's gonna be like somebody like hijacking. And it remind me of IRobot hijacking the system, and nobody ain't gonna be able to connect it to the system being hijacked. Like ain't nobody gonna put the piece together. Like, how many people gonna die before you put the piece together and, hey, it's something wrong with the GPS? Like, how many people, like, you see one person do it, you're gonna be like, ooh, the car malfunction. Like, it was just like the way this was. You could have easily said it was a car malfunction, and people would have rolled with it. Like, people would have rolled with their lie. Because I'm in the car arguing with GPS. Like, who know that I'm arguing with GPS about getting me to my destination? I can't get to my destination. It's telling me it's not going to even give me the direction to get to my destination. And then out of nowhere, I'm finna crash. But, like I said, I didn't crash. And so, with me not crashing, I just spent. My car just started spinning. And then we barely missed the building. So it's just like, it's going to be a lot of accidents, and it's going to be dealing with AI. But people is going to be like, it's technical. Like, if you had a faulty brake system, or something happened with your motor. It's going to be stuff like that. Like, people going to try to pin it on other things that's wrong with the car, like mechanical problems. But it's going to be AI that's going to be creating these type of problems. It's exactly like IRobot. That's what I seen today. And it's a series 7. So, you know, ding, 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 ding. God getting another warning. Ding, 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 ding. And then I'm sitting up here arguing with the GPS. Man, I was in the middle of nowhere trying to find my way out. It wasn't nothing for the GPS to tell me how to get out or get to where I was trying to go. Like, it wasn't nothing. Like, this thing armed me up and down, telling me it ain't gonna even tell me. And it said, I ain't telling you because it's gonna take you about a week to get to where you going. I'm like, huh? That was the first part of my dream. Okay, the second part of my dream, and I don't know if this accident caused the police or if I actually jumped into a different vision, but I jumped to a different vision. I'm pulled over by the police, so I'm knowing I'm clean. I'm knowing I got clean hands, so I'm going back and forth with the officer or whatever. I can't remember what I got pulled over for, but one way or another, the officer ended up checking my vehicle, and I had my daughter. She was in the back seat. So when the officer checked the vehicle, I had weed in my truck. So when I had weed in my truck in the vision, they like, you got weed in your truck. And I was like, well, I don't even smoke no weed. You know, so the whole time, I think at the moment, I was like, where did this weed come from? But then I'm knowing, okay, it's my daughter weed. But I'm still like, that's not my weed. It's my daughter weed. But that ain't my weed. Like, what is you even saying right now? So in the dream, they find this weed in the car, and I'm pleading my innocence like, that ain't my weed. Which it ain't my weed, but my daughter weed. But it ain't my weed. So, and so I'm just going back and forth with the officer. I already had my mouth. I already contacted my lawyers. Like, what is you even talking about right now? And so at this point, I don't even know if I got a ticket. I don't remember getting no ticket or nothing. Dealing with this part of the vision, like, I don't remember getting nothing behind this them finding no weed and stuff in my truck. And so so then I just wake up after the dream, but I don't remember being like no ticket. I don't even remember getting a ticket in the dream. I don't remember getting no ticket. I don't remember nothing. All I know is that when they was like, yeah, you know, we found some weed in the car, and I was sitting there pleading my innocence, my mind went straight to shoot. I'm finna hit my lawyers up, and they finna deal with it right here. Cause what are you even saying right now? And so I woke up from the dream. And so this part of the revelation, God might be saying that, you know how like we have a spiritual covering over our kids? Spiritually, I got a spiritual covering over my kids. Like, I'm my daughter's protector. So even though she might be out here and she might not be doing right, or it might be just stuff going on with her, through me, she good. Like, she clean through me. So so it's like she got a special covering over her through her mom. Like, she's covered and protected through me, even if she not walking the walk clear, walking the walk straight, even though she out here, whatever she got going on, through me, she good. Like, she good through me. And it was like, I had to take the charge, like, even though it was her, through my innocence and what I had going on, I was going, it was just like, it was nothing. Like, it wasn't no ticket, it wasn't nothing behind it. But I had to go up against what was going on dealing with this. Like, I had to fight. Like, I had to be on the battlefront. Like, I wasn't like, ooh, that's your weed. Like, to my daughter, like, ooh, you deal with it. Like, nah, I was like, nah, that ain't my weed. And I'm finna do what I gotta do, and I'm finna contact who I need to contact dealing with it right here. And I'm finna clear all of this. So just my daughter being under me, It's just a form of protection. I think it's a form of protection around her, just her being under me. Like, that's why I was getting out of it from that vision. Whenever I'm in a vehicle, it's a form of protection. So us being in the vehicle together and she being in the back seat, it's a form of spiritual protection around my daughter, because she was in the back seat and I'm driving. So that's spiritual too, with me driving the wheel. So it was like I got to deal with anything that she got going on. Shoot, I'm finna intercess and pray and cover my kids, because God said the covering is on the parents, right? So okay, so you to y'all advantage out here, just like Christ. You know, like even with us, we might not walk the walk, even though we trying and we just going through our journey. We all got dirt on our hands out here, but through Christ, God only see Christ. Like he only see his son when he see us. Like we can't process that, because you talking ninth dimensional, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7, 8, 9, 10th dimensional, and it's probably more dimensional than that. So mentally we can't even process. How can God see his son when it's us, but God see his son when it's us? Like it's as simple as I said it. We making it complicated trying to figure out the how. It ain't your place to figure out the how. Just know that if Jesus died on the cross for you, then he's stepping in before you. He's going to represent you. He is your lawyer, and he's going before God on your behalf. I'm going before my daughter the same way Jesus going for us and speaking for us, and he's our lawyer, and he going to, I'm the same way with my kids. So if something going on with them, answer to me. Like, I'm the one you have to speak to dealing with anything going on. I'm the one. My daughter plead the fifth. I'm the one you got to speak to and deal with. Dealing with the covering that's over me and my kids. And me, I'm just going to give it to God at that point. Like, God. So my daughter give it to me, and then I'm finna go give it to God. Case closed. I ain't going to even get no ticket behind it. So, but it's because I got clean hands too. So I'm like, what you talking about? So that had something to do with it too. So that's spiritual too, y'all. So with that right there with the weed, and I was like, dang, that's my daughter weed. But I'm still like, look, you can go give me a drug test, whatever you trying to do out here. But that ain't my weed. And that's all need to be said dealing with it. Like, all I can tell you that it ain't mine. I ain't going past that. Now, if you want to know more than that, dealing with what's going on, contact my lawyer. But if that ain't mine, that's how I was. And then I was thinking, did I even get a ticket? Like, I don't even remember getting no ticket behind it. I don't remember nothing. It ain't like we were just like clear. We were in the clear. Okay. So that what was going on. I'm gonna let y'all go. These 2 videos I had on this Saturday Sabbath. Yeah. And God said you got a spiritual covering over your kids until they get married. Not when they turn 18 and you throw them out to the wolves so Satan can swallow them whole. God said they're under your covering until they get married. And then they under the covering of their husbands. But till then, they're covered under you. So stop giving Satan your authority over your kids. Stop thinking that just because they 18, they grown now, they're still covered under you. God still see them as covered under you. You still their covering until they get married and they get a different type of covering. They have to be covered in this world. They cannot be thrown out to the wolves with no covering. They need a spiritual covering, and their covering is their parents, their mother, until they find a husband. That's their covering. So don't throw your kids out to the wolves to be swallowed whole, because that's what's going to happen to them. They're going to get swallowed whole out here. God won't require a covering if it wasn't necessary. So he's requiring a covering over your kids, even when they grown, because it's necessary for them to have this covering. Even when they married through their husband, because it's necessary for them to be covered and protected in this process. When you look at Adam and Eve and them being in heaven, you looking like, where was Adam at? Like, where was Eve covering? Like, where was Adam at to allow Eve to be tempted by Satan? Like, where was he at? You know, you kind of look at the situation, try to figure out what happened to Adam. Like, why weren't you there to protect Eve? If that's your covering, why she walked through the garden? Like, where you at? Like, where's her covering at? So, your kids, and a lot of people get this wrong, for let y'all go. A lot of kids, you wait till your kids turn 18. Some kids, you wait till they 16. You feel like, boom, it's over with. It's not over with. Spiritually, they still covered under you. You still got a covering over your kids. You still got to pray and do the protection over your kids, the spiritual protection and prayer over your kids daily. In the book of Job, even though he was a righteous man, he went before God dealing with his kids daily. He sent up altars and offerings for his kids daily because he knew they weren't living right. Like, Job, I got to pray on my kids out here. That is not right. Job wasn't the only one. So when you got kids, you have to continue this extra prayer, probably fasting for your kids. Probably, like, you're going to have to do a lot, prayer and fasting, to protect your kids out here, because Satan is attacking your kids. Even with them being grown, they're still your kids and they're still under attack. So, yeah, I'm going to let y'all go. This is all God got me saying right now. I'm running late. So, yeah, if God come me with something else, I'll let y'all know. Enjoy y'all day. Also, when I was looking at my video dealing with my vision, dealing with the GPS, trying to tell me why it won't let me go, when they give AI emotions, because that's what they trying to do. Right now, the AI is just trying to do what you tell it to do. But once it get emotion involved, then they're going to be deadly, like a deadly weapon out here. Like, they're going to be like, it's just like now us, like when you emotionally driven, you can't think straight. You know, you act out, you know, like your judgment, your sense of judgment is off. So it's the same way with these AIs, but it's going to be way more serious, because the AIs, they're going to have these emotions and they can't control and contain their emotions. We can barely contain some of us. And when I say we, I'm talking about humans, because I'm emotionless. But some of us who driven by emotion, like anything will trigger us out here. So imagine AI being triggered because it's emotionally unstable. And it's just trying to figure it out. And it's just trying to be so human, so to speak. But the flaw of AI is going to be when they give it these emotions. And they trying to make it as human as possible now. And they feel like the only thing that is missing is emotion. So they trying to do everything to try to create this emotion, this fake emotion for these AI robots. So if you see what emotion do to us, to push us over the edge, can you imagine AI having emotion walking around out here, overseeing everything you got going on, including you driving your vehicle? What if AI have an emotional mental breakdown while you driving, talking about some, I just want to be human and no one takes me serious, and you wreck? Because AI can't contain itself and it's overseeing your whole vehicle while you driving out here. Yeah. And my vision, my whole truck almost rammed dead into a building. And like I said, it started spinning. And that what saved me was that the fact that my vehicle just started spinning and I missed the building. But I'm like, I didn't know if this was even controlled by AI or what. Like, I don't know what caused the vehicle to even go this fast to the point where it was just spinning out of control, to the point where it was about to ram into a building. So it's going to be a lot of these car accidents. And when you get AI and you put emotion into this AI device, and this AI device see you as a threat because you human, and it's trying to be you and mimic you, and it's a counterfeit to you. Like, do you know? Can you imagine AI being jealous? Like, can you imagine AI being jealous of you because you human, or jealous of you because you look a certain way, or jealous of you because you in the image of your father? Like, can you imagine like AI to this level? Because it's emotionally driven. So now it's emotionally unstable. Like, you can barely deal with a human that's emotionally unstable. Like, you driving, you have road rage, they be ready to shoot you because you didn't beat them in traffic, or you didn't get in front of them. Like, so you can only imagine how much more it's going to drive AI to be emotionally unstable out here. So that's what's coming to me too. The AIs, and them trying to make it human, and they trying to just paint this picture of, oh, we want to give it emotion. Don't you know that emotion is what's destroying us? Because we up here acting irrationally because we got emotion leading us. Half us, is led by emotion, so they can't even think straight. They can't even like logically make a decision because their emotions is just taking over to the point where they just like black out, and and we don't know what's taking over some of these people all through their emotion. So imagine AI having emotion, y'all. It's not gonna be a good thing. It's not gonna be a good thing. When I was in the vehicle with my kid, it felt just like iRobot. When the iRobot turned red. It wasn't when the iRobot was green. It was like when it turned red and it just started speaking on, it's going to take you about a week. I was like, what you mean it's going to take me about a week? I'm trying to get there now. Like, what is you saying? When I say these people want to be God and they going to create something that they can't contain, this is exactly what this going to be. It's going to be something that nobody can contain. When these AI robots walking around and they emotionally unstable because you a human and they not, and they see you as a threat and they target you and attack you like AI robot simply because they trying to be what they can't be, because they're being like programmed, and if somebody hack into this system, these robot systems, like the man versus the machine. Like Sophia Stewart, the one that did, the black lady that wrote Terminator and Matrix. She did this book back in the 70s. She already had wrote all this out. So you know this had to come from a higher power. God had already gave her the vision for what was going to happen back in the 70s. So she wrote Terminator and she wrote The Matrix. A black lady back in the 70s. And this is what we going into. So do not take this lightly. And you're going to be in very vulnerable positions with this AI. Because with me riding with my kids, I'm very vulnerable at this point. Like, I'm in a very vulnerable position to be riding around with my kids for this machine to all of a sudden have this mental breakdown about why I can't get to my destination. Like, this is the wrong time right now for you to be sitting here talking about something. No, I'm not going to give you the directions. Like I was in the middle of nowhere trying to figure out what I need to do next. And then all of a sudden we ran it. So I don't even know if the GPS was even controlling my driving at this point. Like if it overrode me driving the vehicle and it was actually like in control to make me wreck. Like I don't even know if I don't know the dynamics or what caused me to start spinning out of control to the point where I'm finna ram to this building. Like I don't know what happened. All I know, it was telling me it couldn't give me the direction. Like it refused to give me directions. And I'm telling the GPS like, yeah, what I need to do. And it's like, I'm not gonna tell you what you need to do. Like I'm up here arguing with this AI. So I don't even know if like arguing with AI. Cause you driving and you thinking, okay, like you in another city or something, just trying to figure out where you need to turn. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. Then you're gonna tell me why you feel like you don't need to tell me. I'm telling you the directives and tell you to give me what I need to get, to tell me where I need to go so I can get to where I'm trying to go. And then you're gonna give me 1,000,001 reason why. You're not gonna even tell me the directions. Like, huh? Yeah, me and GPS were arguing. And then at that point, boom, my car started spinning out of control. I'm gonna ram to a building. So it's gonna be car accidents. And it's not gonna be due to faulty, your brake pedal stuck. It ain't gonna be your engine lock. AI ain't gonna have something to do with these accidents. Allegedly. Cause they're what I seen in my dream. It's gonna be AI, but they're gonna make it seem like it was just a malfunction. Cause even when you looked at iRobot, they tried to make it seem like it was a faulty robot. Like, no, none of the other robots gonna do this. We just got this one special robot that's faulty. So that's how they was trying to like cover it up. It was like this huge cover up for something bigger that was really going on. And so this is what it's gonna be like. It's gonna be this cover up. And when you see these people in these new model cars, and their cars just start having a mind of its own, and you looking like, and then they allegedly, because it's just a dream, right? It's just a dream. Okay. Even though everything I see happen. So God came to me about these vehicles. Like he come to me about them. And it ain't gonna be vehicle, it's gonna be other stuff dealing with AI. They're gonna try to be emotional. Like it's gonna try to be able to program itself without human touching it. Like it's gonna try to be able to regenerate itself. Like it's like a way where it can, it's just like the movie IRobot, where you got this, where they're able to start functioning. And you remember even in IRobot, they had the robots building the robots. Remember? It was like that. So you got the robot, you don't even got humans involved in none of what's going on. So it's like they got their own species going on. Because you don't got humans touching nothing dealing with these iRobots. Like they building themselves, they making themselves. You know, everything is just robots. And then they got to the point where, you know, they started to turn on the humans, so to speak. Because they felt like the humans was going to destroy themselves. Remember when you looked at iRobot? And they was like, well, why y'all, you know, why did y'all turn on us? Like, what made you do this? And they was like, well, based on the 3 principles of the law. I need to find it. Dang, my iPad. It was like based on the 3 principles. Remember, one of the principles was contradictory. So basically, they saying based on this one law that was created, they have to contain us because we will destroy ourselves. So they said they were doing it for us to better ourselves. Like they felt like them doing what they was doing was to save humanity. So at a point they felt like we finna save humanity. But if you look at the movie IRobot, that's what it is. That's what it is. You look at the 3 principles and how you can take a principle or a law and you can bend it. And it can go against what you really wanted it to do, which is why they create a lot of laws. Like a lot of laws that they create, you notice that they bend the law. And then you be like, I didn't even want the law to include this, but y'all informed it to a way where, you know, now it's talking about all this other stuff. But that's what they do with the law. It be so generalized and it's speaking in its language that you can bend it and flex it how you want to flex it to benefit you, so to speak. Like even the laws they make now, and they put out in the laws through the government and stuff like that, like these laws can be bent a certain way. And so they bend these laws and, you know, amendments, and then they have to go back to court like, well, what was really meant about the Second Amendment? Well, what was really meant about the 14th Amendment? So they try to get this clarity on something that's very vague. So with the iRobot and they 3 policy and they 3 laws to dictate them, it put us in a position where now they can destroy humans. Like the law was created, like they took the law and they like based on Bailey, y'all is a menace to y'all self. And then they were like, shoot, yeah, I was tickled when they pulled up that last law. It was one of them laws after iRobot. And when they pulled that law and they was like, yeah, because of humans and because I was laughing so hard, they're like, dang. You think you're doing it for the better of the humanity, but you actually creating a monster that's going to ultimately destroy humanity in this process. So basically, y'all be watch out. You're going to see a lot of accidents. It's going to be these cars. They're going to be malfunctioning. And they're going to say something like, ooh, it was a faulty wire. They're going to say, it was the brake pad. AI gonna be and took over that whole vehicle and make that whole vehicle wreck. And there ain't no way you're gonna be able to even track to even say that the person that like it was AI. Like it's gonna look like it was like a freak accident or something. Like it's gonna look like that. But it ain't gonna be that. So y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all day. But yeah, I had drink this today. Drink this on Saturday, Sabbath, and it made me think of iRobot. I need to watch iRobot too so I can like refresh my memory on what I was going on. So I'm gonna try to look at iRobots, cause that's what we going into really. Like we going into iRobot, y'all. Especially if they give robots emotion. Do not give robots emotion. Even God tell you do not operate through your emotion. Like do not make a decision out of your emotion. God had to remove my emotion. He had to remove it. Your emotion is a weakness of the flesh. Sometimes you see me, I try to have tough skin to get out your emotion. Because you got to. It's no other way. So I'm talking to y'all later. Y'all enjoy y'all day.